What's up, guys? Matt Knight. The Fantasy Football Extravaganza is underway. We have winners, we have prizes, we have everything. If you're not involved with this thing yet, you need to go to our website. Go to grockradio.com. It's probably like right over here on the navigation somewhere. And you click on Fantasy Football, like right over there. And then you get into the league. It's that simple to get in. Studs for week 2. Here's what happened in week 2. You got Carson Palmer. Pretty much anybody who played in that Cincinnati and Cleveland game is going to be a stud this week. 51-45. Everybody was a stud. Carson Palmer, 6 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. That means his price coming up. You're going to have to buy him for a little bit more. If you bought him week 1, week 2, got him cheaper. Got a nice little bargain on that. Now, price is going up, performance goes up. 6 touchdowns is going to do that for you. Keep your eye out for him for week number 2. Chad Johnson, of course, his main receiver. What did he grab? 209 yards, 2 touchdowns. His price definitely going up, but he's a number 1 receiver anyway, so you don't have to worry about anything with him. He's going to perform every single week. Grab him while you can because he's still a little bit cheap. His price is going to go up come Thursday. Keep your eye out for that. Same game, Derek Anderson for the Browns. Amazing. Nobody saw him coming, and chances are you didn't own him. Nobody expected him to perform like this. When you have 328, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception, Cleveland Browns, who expected that? You probably picked up the Bengals D because you expected this team to just be so awful. Not the case, though. I would probably just say, you know what, 1 week, it's an aberration. Don't even worry about Derek Anderson for next week. It's a waste of time. It's going to be a waste of money. He will not do this again. And chances are Brady Quinn, somewhere between halfway now and the end of the season, he'll be the starting quarterback for Cleveland. Steve Smith, one of the few top studs for week 2 that wasn't in the Cleveland-Cincinnati game. He's a number 1 wide receiver. He's the best wide receiver in all of fantasy football, past Chad Johnson, past any receiver that you could possibly think about. Steve Smith tops. This week, 8 catches, 2 of them were touchdowns, 153 yards, unquestionably the top fantasy receiver this year. No injuries to report for him. He's all good. He's going to be your number 1 guy for next week. He's going to cost you some money, so keep your eye out for him. Top running back of the week, Jamal Lewis from Cleveland. Again, who expected this from Jamal Lewis? You're expecting him to be maybe as good as a 3rd running back. He had his best games when he was playing for Baltimore against Cleveland, had the record for 295 yards. Now, playing with Cleveland, his best game since that, 216 yards, 2 touchdowns. Probably not going to do it again next week. You take a chance on him, but it's not going to happen again. Cleveland, they stink. You know they stink. Don't even bother wasting your time with that team until Brady Quinn comes in. Then you can worry about them. Duds. Got duds. We got week 2 duds, and this stinks to say this because it's unbelievable. The 2nd straight week in a row, LaDainian Tomlinson, a dud. He had no touchdowns this week against the Patriots, but you got to think about this. They played the Bears, best defense in the NFC. They played the Patriots, week 2, best defense in the AFC. It's expected that his price is going to come down a little bit. This is the time to buy LaDainian Tomlinson and probably never, ever, ever sell him because there's only going to go up. He's going to have another MVP year. Don't worry about him because he's stinking it up early. He did this last year. He blew it up. He scored all the touchdowns. He was the MVP of the league. Don't sweat LaDainian Tomlinson. He's going to be the man. This week, though, 43 yards. That was it. 43 rushing yards, no touchdowns. Probably cost you a whole bunch of points and probably cost you first place if you went for him this week. Don't worry about it. He'll come up. Running back number 2, Steven Jackson, St. Louis. I mean, everybody drafted him as the 2nd running back behind LaDainian Tomlinson to be the best guy, 2nd best guy. Their offense is completely putrid right now. Here's what happened. You got Orlando Pace. You got half of their offensive line missing. It was last year the same situation, maybe, but this year's going to be a little bit different. Steven Jackson, he's going to come up. I don't expect him to be on the snide this long. But when you keep your eye on Steven Jackson, the yards are going to come, the touchdowns are going to come. But right now, you got to be patient with him. He drafted him high. He was drafted high. You got to just be patient. If you want to buy him, it's going to be a little bit cheaper this week because he's having 2 down performances. Keep your eye on Steven Jackson for week number 3. Ronnie Brown is definitely the bust of the century right now. He was a number, what was he? He was a number 2nd overall draft pick 3 years ago. This guy was supposed to blow it up for Miami. Now he's 3 years in. He's injury prone. He's not getting the job done. He's barely reaching 1,000 yards. You expect him to hit some big plateaus. It's just not happening for Ronnie Brown. And he was, again, a 1st round, 2nd round pick for your fantasy draft. May not want to take a worry on him anymore. Maybe he's all hype and just never was able to come through with it. Possible. Maybe take a chance on him for week 3. It's going to cost you real cheap bucks, but it's one of those high-risk, high-reward type deals. If you want them, go for it. If not, you're probably going to find some other people that are better than him. Players to watch, week 3. Here's the deal. When he's not impregnating supermodels and everything, that guy Tom Brady for the New England Patriots is a fine quarterback. Here's the deal with him. They have a real shot at going 16-0. It's not a lie. The Patriots might end up winning the division, winning the Super Bowl, going the whole way without losing a game this year. You got Randy Moss now, you got Dante Stallworth. Tom Brady did it all with no wide receivers the past couple of years. Now he gets this arsenal. Wes Welker, keep your eye out for him because he spreads the ball out completely. Everybody. He doesn't have a favorite receiver. It's going to turn into Randy Moss eventually. But for now, Tom Brady, he could probably be top 2, top 3 quarterbacks for looking at for week 3 because they are playing a horrible defense in the Buffalo Bills. They're all banged up, so Tom Brady, his value is going up this week. May want to spend a couple bucks on him with the lack of running backs or the cheap running backs that you're getting now. Clinton Portis, week 3, he's going to be the guy to look at. He's splitting carries with Ladell Betts, but they're playing these guys right here. They're playing the New York Giants, who unquestionably have one of the worst defenses. 80 points over the past 2 weeks against the Cowboys and the Packers. Portis, coming off the Eagles game, he had the touchdown. He got you like maybe 15 points if you're in a head-to-head league. But 80 yards and the touchdown, it's a good production. He's going to be able to get you something. Against the Giants, probably going to rush for 150, even with the split backs with Liddell. And a matter of fact, there is a possibility that both of those running backs are going to come back with 100 yards each. So you keep your eye out for Clinton Portis week 3. Roy Williams for Detroit. They're coming out throwing. John Kitna, you got to keep your eye out for John Kitna's status, though, because he had a little concussion, came back into the game, was a little woozy. Roy Williams, definitely the top receiver in Detroit. Everybody overlooks Detroit because they've been so bad the past couple of years. But with Roy Williams, keep your eye out for this guy. I'm telling you, you're going to be able to buy him at a pretty nice price. Brian Dawkins got banged up on Monday. Detroit's playing the Eagles in week 3. Without Brian Dawkins, obviously that defense is a little bit hurt, and the defense has been hurt, proven by Monday night's game against Washington. So just something to keep your eye out for. Roy Williams, big pickup for week 3. I want to also say congratulations to Redbeard, the winner of week 2 in the Fantasy Football Extravaganza. Won himself a gift certificate to Lori and Me, the sports memorabilia store in Colts Neck. You can check out loriandme.com, their website. And if you want your shot at this, maybe you're reading this or maybe you're watching this and you're saying, hey, what is he talking about? What is the deal with this? You need to get into the Fantasy Football League. It's the extravaganza of a lifetime. Biggest fantasy football league in all of New Jersey. grockradio.com. You're on the site now. Click on the Fantasy Football link and you get all the details. You can play every single week. You'll get the pictures. You'll get the ideas. You'll get the stats, everything that we can give you here. And your chance to win the prizes. Lori and Me Sports Memorabilia. Thank you to them. Also want to thank Chris Wolf, the entire crew over at Sawmill Cafe. You can check those guys out on Sundays. Watch your players after you pick them. $2 Miller Lights, Miller Chills, everything there at Sawmill on Sunday. So thank you to the guys over at Sawmill for powering this whole thing. Good luck week 3. The rosters are going to be updated real soon. We're going to get you guys some prizes. And we're going to play a little foosball. See these guys here? Probably going to go 0-3 this week. Don't be surprised because Tom right there behind the camera, his Jets are going to probably go 0-3 too. So there's nothing to worry about with that. Matt Knight here, you there. Fantasy football. Let's play, baby.